right, we're here. All right, we're here, y'all. We're live. We are live, everybody. People are carrying over from the members show. Oh man, we had a hell of a members show, and it was so good that I am not. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I still got some phlegm. Sorry about that. I hate to be gross. It was so good that we're not even going to do like a bumper video. We're just going to talk it out. We got Corey Massey in one corner, and it's Corey Massey versus Cold Blood and MM2K. God damn it! Yeah, we're bringing it over from the main show. But before we get started, what's up, everybody? Good to see y'all. Glad to be back. Cold Blood, man. How you been feeling, man? You've been playing Metaphor. You've been playing Silent Hill 2. You beat it. What's your thoughts on those two games, man?
Which one should I start with?
Let's start with the one that you beat.
Okay, so congratulations, Bloober team. You blew me away.
Oh, see,
Now do that. Like I said in the stream, I said, do that 2 more times, and you're one of the great.
Oh, see, that's not what they remember when the dude called us live on the air last week before I got sick.
Who called us?
Remember the guy that he said he's the punk motherfucker Cold Blood. Remember when he called us? It was because he was coming back at you for everything that you were saying. You don't remember that? God damn it, motherfucker! When I was pretending to be the person from Bloober Team, you don't remember that shit?
Oh shit! I was like, who the fuck called us?
God damn, I ain't been sick that long. God damn. Oh shit! Damn, he gonna have me dying live on air.
Bro, this is my top 5 horror game of all time.
That's what's up.
Bro, legit, I was blown away. 9 out of 10, bro. This is my score for this game.
God damn. Okay, bro. Okay.
Yeah, I'ma give it a very high score but as a horror game.
Yeah.
If we go by it being anything else than a horror game, well, that score would change real fast.
Yeah.
Fuck, was it frustrating sometimes, bro? Holy shit. Especially the last boss. Oh my god. I was cursing the shit out of this boss. Yo, I was so mad. Holy fuck, bro. Literally, he wouldn't pick up shit to make me get some ammo and some fucking health, bro, so I can beat the boss actually.
Oh damn.
I was like, pick that shit up, motherfucker. Pick it up. I was so fucking done after I finally beat the boss. But bro, I was enjoying the shit out of this game, bro. Like seriously.
What's up? Oh, I'm
saying, and anyone that is waiting for the pro version, do that.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a great fucking time.
See, to me it looked good. I know Digital Foundry had some things, and you agreed with some of the things they had to say, but to me it looked good. I didn't see too many problems.
You're gonna feel the slowdown when you actually play the game.
Okay.
You might not see it on the screen as much.
Okay.
But you definitely feel it when you play it.
Okay.
But it didn't make me any less. I mean, it didn't make me less enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay.
Not really. Like, this game is not a fucking Twitch shooter or something where you actually need all the performance.
It ain't Doom. It ain't Silent Doom and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay.
So yeah, if people are waiting for the pro version, like I said, they're gonna enjoy the shit out of this game. I mean, I did it with the standard edition console, so
yeah. Yep.
But if you're not planning to get the pro, but are still undecided, I would say buy it. Like, it's that damn good.
And what about? I mean, you haven't finished Metaphor with Refantazio yet. But
bro, we literally started. This game is a longbow fucker.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, for what I played so far, this is probably gonna be in the Game of the Year talks. Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't know about Silent Hill, but like I said, for me, bro, this is definitely one of the best games coming out this year.
Okay. Awesome. That's great stuff. And if you guys go ahead.
Wait, with Metaphor right now, too much reading. Way too much reading.
Do you have the shit on auto, or that doesn't help at all?
No, that doesn't help at all because sometimes I'm reading it and I can't even read it that damn fast, bro. Because I try for the stream to read it out loud and it takes fucking time.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, but for what I played so far, amazing. I'm excited to go right back to it, bro.
That's awesome.
But probably first tomorrow.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do when I come back.
Cool.
From work.
Yeah, that's that. I was enjoying the demo. I could tell, even though, like you said, there was a lot of fucking talking, bro. I was enjoying. it, you know.
The first 7 hours of this game is almost only talking, bro.
Yeah.
And some fighting, just a little bit.
Just a little fucking yeah. That's cool. Was it like I said? Tutorial... Go ahead.
What?
I was about to talk about the tutorial. Did they like cut a lot of shit out of the tutorial? I mean, not the tutorial, out of the demo. Did they cut a lot of stuff out of the demo like I thought? Because remember how I was like, hold on, it looks like there would have been a boss fight here or there.
No. The demo is the full version up to the one particular point.
Oh, okay. Definitely myself too. But yeah, if you guys missed those streams, man, check them out on here. We did them here. Also, what I did, I was fucking around a little bit. Is because there was times that I couldn't talk. It would hurt for me to talk. That's how bad it was. My saying, for those of you that are familiar with sinusitis, it can be bad. But there was times I couldn't go to sleep, so it'd be like 3 in the fucking morning, and I'm just sitting there. I can hardly breathe, and I can't go to sleep. So I would just log on and fuck around with the channels. So what I did and what we have set up is the MM2K Game Streams channel is now just like more or less a reflection of all of the games that me and Cold Blood play anywhere. So whether we play them here on this channel, we play them live over there, or if I play a game somewhere, I'm collecting all that shit and I'm adding it over there. So if you are someone that's like, I like these game streams and I just want to be able to rock out to all y'all game streams, go over there. It'll connect you to everywhere we're playing a game. So check it out, definitely. And you know, if you're like, well, fuck it, I only want when Cold Blood is playing a game, because I know when I play a game, I'm in the menus. That's why they call me Menu Moss. I am in the menus. That's why when I play games, I need like 5 or 6 hours, because I'm always tweaking and doing shit and in my inventory and shit like that. So I need a lot of time. If you're like, look, I don't want that. I like the way Cold Blood plays games. Now we got it set up to where if you go particularly to MM2K Game Streams channel, and you can just let's fucking show you. You could just go to the channel, look for Cold Bloods. Go ahead.
I want to shout out some people here.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
First of all, both Sean and Geek for being absolute assholes. Thank you for that. You are very appreciated. Nah, but for they donated some money.
Oh, that's what's up.
While I was streaming. Yeah, so shout out to them. For Navenza to be always there, like literally always there.
Oh,
as soon as I go live, he is the first one there. We here
Yeah.
every single time. We here.
Yep. That's what's up.
Yeah, shout out to you, brother. Who else do we have? Juice came up a lot. Mohammed also. That brother came up a lot. And actually Satya.
Satya. Okay.
A few times.
He wanted to see the whole slate of gameplay? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit, okay.
And I don't know, that was more lurkers, but those are the ones I remember. and one dude in the Metaphor streams, I forgot his name, Jason or something.
Okay.
But
yeah,
that's all I can remember right now. But those are the regulars that came through.
Good. Shout out to everybody. Thank you for that support. And not just that support, we're trying to, show more, because look, here's the thing, and this is what I love about this channel. And I'm happy that my brother's here too on this channel as well, because we can do a multitude of stuff. Is that, all right, so I heard a content creator say, look, when all this console war stuff dies, what are you guys going to do? I don't know what you guys are going to do, but we're going to be talking about and we're going to be playing games still. Like, this isn't the end. There's always going to be grimy shit that needs to be pointed out, whether we're focusing on Xbox being transparent or if PlayStation's only king in the mountain, them, Herman Holst and Hiroki Totoki doing shit, or on the positive side, when we got good games to talk about and good gaming to show you guys, we gonna be good no matter what. So we're trying to roll the carpet out more to games on the channel. We appreciate you guys being a little bit more receptive to it than maybe in the past, and I get it. Self-aware here. I don't get any hard feelings about this stuff. Being self-aware is very important, not just here in life, period, but I ain't gonna get to no lecture. I know the way that I play games, bro, is a snooze fest, unless y'all like just kicking it, you know what I mean? And y'all don't give a fuck. But if I'm not playing Division 2, something I can rapidly go through, if I'm playing any other game, it's a snooze fest, right? So, y'all, that's why we have Cold Blood primarily operating on the channel when it comes to game streams. What you guys will see me do is at times, if I really feel like I got some real crisp gameplay, I'll make it members first or whatever. Or if it's a my first look, we'll do members first and then I'll release it later. Or you'll see me over here on the game streams channel. But like here, we got the hottest games. Like, so if when Cold Blood and I dig into the hottest games, you'll always see them here in this playlist. Then, like I said, if you want to see Cold Blood's gameplay, you can hop right into it. You can see my gameplay, you know what I'm saying? Or the gameplay from any of us, if you just want to see everything. Now, I do got to fix this because for some reason, the PlayStation all gameplay list isn't showing everything. I'll fix that, don't worry. So if you're just a PlayStation gamer and you want to see that, I'm the same with Xbox. If you want to see that, we got to get those updated so it shows all the Xbox. And then the only other place we kind of play is GeForce Now. I mean, I could make a PC slot too if Cold Blood ever does any native PC stuff. But yeah, check out our gameplay. It's going to connect you everywhere. And when we go live, when y'all show support and love like how y'all did for Cold Blood, we really appreciate it. And it does a lot for the channel. And again, it shows the haters, the people that are like, oh, all y'all do is hate. When they're like, oh, well, I mean, if you're not sucking Xbox's ass and defending it, I don't know what we gonna do. Or if you're not sucking PlayStation's ass and we don't know what we gonna do. I don't know what y'all gonna do. I know what we gonna do. So, all right.
Yeah, one more thing.
One more thing. Yep.
if y'all want to be absolutely terrified as hell in Silent Hill 2, play it on hard mode. Like that shit is gonna make you paranoid like no other game ever, bro. Like seriously, you are so low on ammo, so low on fucking health almost all the damn time, and these motherfuckers are hiding out in every corner. That is the fucking best experience you can have with this game when you play it on hard mode.
Yeah, because the ammo is scarce anyway, so when it's even worse, I can just imagine. Holy shit. Bro,
there's so many drawers I opened up and there was absolutely nothing in it. Nothing. Bro, I'm like, why am I even in this room? There is nothing here.
A note that says aha.
But bro, it made the experience so much more better.
So I like shit like that at times, as long as it's not too ridiculous. I don't mind shit like that.
Sometimes it was close to too ridiculous.
Yeah, too frustrating. Yeah, as long as it ain't too frustrating, it's like I like shit like that. Because that's what we used to do back in the day. We get a hard game back in the day. We be on one level. Gotta beat that, but be playing that one level 8 hours and shit. Beating that because games, and we had no save spot back in the day. Like when you died, you started from the beginning. You know, so.
Read Navenza's comment, bro.
Yeah.
You probably missed it.
What's that?
Look at Navenza's comment.
Whose comment? Oh, he says Cold Blood is having more fun with Metaphor because we named his main character Phil Spencer. Laugh. Oh shit. Y'all went and did. Oh man.
All bro, right. these conversations when always Phil Spencer comes up. I'm laughing my ass off. Because I always forget I named him that.
We're about to kick Phil's ribs in a little bit, but before we do that, we did have a conversation from the members chat. And again, if you are a member, we're sorry. I'm sorry that I was out. I'm going to make it up to you guys. Not only we're going to is early bird special back, but I got some ideas for some videos. Like when I go into work tonight, I'm going to be doing like some recordings and shit, and I'm going to put them out there. I'm also going to try to squeeze in between like lunch breaks and travel time, like do some like little short videos. So we're going to double up, triple up on a lot of content throughout the week to kind of make up for where we were out. Yeah, and then there's going to be you guys are going to get a lot more content publicly too, because when Cold Blood is available again, like we kind of talked about this last stream. This is why you guys want to be a member, because I hate doing it like Cold Blood. Like, do I got to say it again? I don't want to go over the complete entire conversation again because we're limited on time and we got shit to talk about. So check out the member stream. But like we were talking about earlier, like we do have lives, we do have jobs, we do have things. Like as soon as I got well again, my wife said, "Oh, you're feeling better? Oh, I'm so glad the antibiotics work. Oh, you got to fix the furnace." Or not the furnace, you got to fix the water heater, you got to fix the sink, and our washer went out all while you were sick, all over the weekend. Go get a new washer, it's waiting for you here at this place, I'm like, fuck. I was like, because I took off today too, and I'm like, oh, I get to sit back and relax and do some content and some shit. We're making a new Discord, by the way, too. So I want to work on that Discord, but first we got to re-up on the content. So yeah, we got shit that we're doing, so when we can, we're going to be throwing in extra content on the public channel. But the best way for the most part to guarantee that you're getting the best squeeze out of this channel, you know, join us for these member conversations. As a matter of fact, we're going to bring over a member conversation that we started that Corey Massey, we're going to blame Corey Massey for before we start kicking in Phil's ribs. But before we do that, I want to shout out the chat. We got the whole slate over here. Xbox again says, Geek to Stick. You know it, brother. You know it. We here. Oh, Geek, and I got your message. I'm going to hit you up, bro. I was out sick. That's what it was. So if I would have called you, I would have said, that's what I would have sounded like. So you'd have been like, who the fuck is playing on my phone? Who is this weirdo? So yeah, I'll hit you up later. It's already top of the hour. Oh yeah, because we had to push it back a little bit. He says, nah, I'm with Corey too. PlayStation is the home of the first person shooters. Source, some bro. Some people says Muhammad. He says, what's up? Good. He says, Sony already said that they made the Pro because 75% of all PlayStation 5 owners chose performance mode. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Lying again. Oh, we got True Virgil in the house. True Virgil. He came back. He says the demo is straight up the beginning of the game. See, there was that one part. The reason why I was confused, Corey and Cold Blood, is just that one part where you're walking with the dude in the forest. Remember the one guy comes in? I don't want to spoil it, but the one guy is like comes out of the forest because he got hurt. And then you guys go into the forest and y'all the last two to go in the forest. And y'all start walking, y'all have a little dialogue. Then the next thing it does is it warps you to that castle. I thought there was something that happened in between when you're having that conversation when you first enter the forest and then you get warped to that castle. But I guess not, which kind of weird, but whatever. Cold Blood, yeah, Cold Blood has had more fun because y'all named the character. So we got Geek to Sneak in the house. It says, MM, because we play games on this channel, the streamers and the audience, no frauds here. Exactly. Like most of these people that feel like, for instance, Xbox is getting hated on. I don't care. I don't have no sympathy for y'all. I really don't care. I don't sit there and say, oh man, yeah, nobody's giving Xbox a fair shake. Y'all are not playing these games. Y'all do not play these games. Look, here's the fact of the matter. The overwhelming majority of gamers do not fuck with Xbox, but they may be interested, right? They might have some interest. They might not be as dead set on what we like and what we don't like as Cold Blood and I or you are. Some of you might be like, well, you know what? I fuck with PlayStation, but that's because I don't have no familiarity with Xbox. I really don't, I wasn't around for the 360 or I wasn't playing games yet with the 360. All that nostalgia doesn't hit me. It's always been PlayStation. Some of y'all might fit into that bag. So my thing is, when it comes to games, I think, sorry about that. Talking about them is important, but I think it sometimes needs to be carved out to showing you playing the game. This is not like professional sports. This is not like a professional CBS radio broadcast where no, you can't pull Bryant Gumbel or somebody out of their chair and put them on the field. But this is games. We can all play games, right? So why ain't y'all playing them? Why ain't y'all showing, quote unquote, how cool Game Pass is if it really is cool? I'm telling y'all, and I'm not going to name any names on who is and who isn't. Cold Blood knows who I say. There's only one person that really plays games on that side. Or two people. I'll say the one that I normally don't address is what's his name? Kid Smooth. But to give credit to Kid Smooth plays games. If he's good at them, that's a whole nother story. But whatever, at least he's playing them. But the Kid Smooth and then one other person is the only motherfuckers I consistently see excuse me, putting up game content. The rest of y'all, no. All y'all want to do is talk about something that y'all clearly are not engaged with. So I don't have any sympathy for y'all. If Xbox goes the way of the dodo bird, y'all lost y'all ambassadorship. They ain't giving y'all no free Game Pass no more. They done put everything behind the ultimate paywall. They gave y'all a fucking console with sparkles and shit on it and rhinestones. That's what can we expect from this box? You're saving 15% more wattage. Like all this goofy shit, right? You're not getting anything. You're not getting the bang for your buck. I can go get me a fucking PlayStation 5 digital for $100 less and get the best that console gaming has to offer. Not just in performance, but in fucking games. And if you don't believe me, go to Matt Piscatella's list on Blue Sky. He's on Blue Sky right now. Look at his year-to-date charts and see which store grants you access to most of those games on his list. Go ahead and see. If you don't want to believe me, see that. So the thing is, to answer Juice's, to respond to Juice's thing, these motherfuckers, they don't play games, bro. They talk all this shit. Gamepad. They do all this weird, goofy laughing and calling people out and saying PlayStation is this and that. And I don't see y'all playing no fucking games. And I'm not talking about some bullshit gameplay in the background of your streams. I don't know if that came from your Uncle Freddie, your mailman. I don't know where that came from. But when we're live kicking it, talking shit, and Sean and Coldblood are making fun of me because I'm in the menus all the time, that's real live shit. Y'all see me playing the fucking game. Where is y'all gameplay? So no wonder Phil went and stripped y'all of all your shit. Or not, I'm not gonna say Phil, because Phil didn't want to do that. Phil wanted to keep blowing money on y'all. Y'all know who ain't gonna blow money on y'all no more? And I ain't mad at him? Sarah Bond. I'm not saying this in a good way, because I'd rather see Xbox compete in the way Phil did, just with a more competent leader. But Sarah Bond ain't playing with y'all no more. She's not appeasing the fanboyism. She's not appeasing the sycophant nature of it. She's not feeding y'all shit on Twitter. She don't give a fuck. All she cares to do is turn Xbox into something that's no longer about giving you the best games that you come to this place and play them. She's worried about turning Xbox into a way of, hey, how can I engage with games in different ways? That's her goal. Now, do any of us give a fuck about that if there ain't good games? You know, we can make a poll. Yeah, but that's not a bad idea for a poll. We can poll and see. But my thing is to y'all Xbox sicko fans, she's not playing with y'all anymore. Phil tried to give her that role of, you're going to be the Xbox community gamer, or something that he put under her title. And she said, oh, you think I'm gonna do that? But like in her own words that she said in that interview, I don't get that she had to write on that post-it. I don't get paid to do what he says. I get paid to do what he meant. Now, how the fuck do you know what someone means unless they communicated with you? Unless you said to yourself psychologically, I know what's good for him better than he does. And you know who probably gave her a green light to go around this bullshit that Phil wants to do? Satya Nadella and Amy Hood. So this is the era of Sarah Bond. Sarah Bond don't give a fuck about y'all having ammo on Twitter. She don't give a shit. If you like Xbox that much, like for instance, if I like Ubisoft that much and I wanted different places to engage with Ubisoft, like I don't mind playing Ubisoft on a Fire Stick when I'm downstairs talking to my wife about her day and blah, blah, blah. She's going blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, sure, honey, I don't mind. I can play on my Fire TV. I don't mind if I can play it on my what's it called? If it's about how I engage with the game, Sarah Bond's all about that. She's creating ways for you to engage with games from a publisher standpoint. She's all about access. Phil Spencer was all about the atypical atypical console approach, competitive one at that, with a few caveats of we're going to expand through, we're going to future proof this experience where we're going to transition to cloud and this, and we're going to own everything. We're going to be number one on console. We're going to be number one on cloud. We're going to be number one on PC. Phil Spencer actually wanted to dominate all that stuff. Don't believe it's just, we do best when every gamer games. If that was the case, they would have never made Starfield exclusive, right? Why would you stop the PlayStation port of Starfield? Right? Why would you do that? Reports already came out about that. So why would you stop that? It was about gamers gaming everywhere. Phil Spencer wanted to dominate everywhere. And I'm not saying Microsoft still doesn't want to, Xbox doesn't still want to dominate, but they're taking more of a GE approach, a General Electric approach under Sarah Bond. We're going to dominate in money by us being successful enough everywhere. If we can reach our marks on console, meaning we have low overhead and higher rate of return, then we're good there. We don't care if we're only selling 30 million pieces of hardware. Why don't we care? Because we're not making them, for one. We're licensing this out to other people, for one. If they're smart, if they go with this handheld, whatever. And two, we're selling our games on other hardware. So as long as we make enough where whatever we put into the development or the licensing of hardware and our branding on other external hardware, as long as that's less than the money that we're bringing in, all right, we're cool there. But as a publisher, we're putting our shit, we're making it available to everybody that wants to publish our games. All right, we're making enough money there. All right, so now we're in the cloud space. For people that want to access our games on Fire TV and want to access Game Pass, because we're going to put Game Pass in a bunch of places, the cloud, PC, whatever. As long as we make enough money in the subscription space, we're okay there. And so forth and so forth. And their hopes is combining all that shit together, like how Tencent does. In combination of everything, they'll be breaking in a lot of money, or the most money in gaming that way. That's what it's about to Sarah Bond. What does I got to do with you? You arguing Xbox over PlayStation would be like me arguing Ubisoft over PlayStation. Oh fuck! Look at those. Fuck those PlayStation games. Fuck them. They ain't shit. We're one of their top two. Ubisoft is one of their top two publishers on PlayStation. That came out in the FTC trial, right? Yeah. See, PlayStation needs us. Or do we need PlayStation? Because Ubisoft ain't killing it with Ubisoft Connect. How many of y'all got Ubisoft? Huh? Raise your hand. Put a hand emoji in there. How many of y'all have Ubisoft Connect? So we're gonna bring this on home on why it's fucking stupid for anybody. Yeah, I'm getting my mojo back. We're gonna bring it on home why it's fucking stupid at this point to try to contrast Xbox as a platform versus the PlayStation platform. Yeah, because Xbox games are selling, they're holding up PlayStation. Oh, really? Okay, all right. So we're gonna use a more successful publisher on PlayStation as an example. Way more successful than Xbox. That's Ubisoft. Phil Spencer, I believe it was Phil Spencer, said it out of his mouth during the FTC trial. Or somebody from Xbox did, and it was validated during the FTC trial. Ubisoft is one of the top two publishers on PlayStation, right? Right. So can we argue that Ubisoft is holding PlayStation together Or is PlayStation holding Ubisoft together? Because even though, and I got to rework my video on that one. I got a video coming that's really going to break down the Ubisoft stuff, because the shit that's going on with Ubisoft ain't what y'all think. It's a lot more dangerous than what y'all think it is. And we're going to talk about the entities that don't understand what they're saying, and they're getting you in the wrong headspace, and they're inadvertently or maybe inadvertently blinding you to the real danger that's going on with this Ubisoft shit. But that's on another video. But we done seen Ubisoft not do well in its sales, right? We done seen the value. Now there's reports out there that the stock price don't represent the actual value, but there's no arguing that the value of Ubisoft has significantly dropped, right? So all these litmuses that we have, Ubisoft is underperforming. There's no debate about that. They're underperforming. Can we argue that Ubisoft is holding PlayStation up? Can we argue that? Or can we argue that PlayStation is holding Ubisoft up? If Ubisoft was not on PlayStation and they were just on Ubisoft Plus or Ubisoft Connect, if they were just on Xbox and PC and fucking Amazon Luna, do you think that Ubisoft would still be around right now? For those of y'all that want them to die so bad, do y'all think that Ubisoft would be around? No, there's no argument. So what are we talking about that Xbox is now going to hold? No, in order for Xbox to survive, they, like Ubisoft, is trying to cling on to the PlayStation market gravy train. That's it. But Ubisoft got Ubisoft Plus, and if Ubisoft Plus or Ubisoft Connect or if they're individually owned platforms were so successful, why are they now bringing their games to Steam? Who's that reminiscent of? Xbox. So is it that PlayStation games or like a main attraction, or they're a signal of the quality, the overall quality of the PlayStation Store, the PlayStation Marketplace? And so you may not necessarily have everybody that comes in and buys a PlayStation game that comes into the marketplace, but when they see that PlayStation game, and they see the accolades next to the game, and they see footage of the game, and they're like, oh, that shit looks awesome. May not be my cup of tea, but it looks like a really quality game. If this is the type of stuff that they curate, this is probably their approach to everything that they bring into their store. I'm going to go here and shop. And therefore, the PlayStation exclusive does its job, whether it's bought out in droves or not. This is a conversation I've had with other content creators online, and they didn't understand it because y'all are just coming into this a couple of years ago. It's been commonly known that PlayStation already said we expect a 60% failure rate out of every 10 exclusives that we have, because we're trying new shit. We're trying innovative shit all the time. And it may not stick with gamers, but as long as we keep coming up with that 40% that hits and strikes a chord with gamers and blows them the fuck away, we can have a 60% failure rate. So even though a lot of us can sit there and argue games like Concord were fucking boo-boo with doo-doo soup, should have never been released the way that they were, we can laugh at Foam Stars, even though that's not a first party game. And we can look at some other shit. We can even go back in time and go look at, that's not a first party, but look at Haze. Speaking of Ubisoft, they're Ubisoft exclusive. As long as PlayStation hits that success rate with their exclusives, they can keep funding the exclusives, and the exclusives can be like the lighthouse to gamers to say, no, you want to buy your shit over here. That's the job that the exclusives have. So we would never argue, oh no, Ubisoft is holding that up. No, it is the PlayStation exclusive that works as the lighthouse. The shine, like, come over here. And when you come over here, Ubisoft benefits so much because PlayStation gamers just genuinely buy games. Like another dumb fucking argument that I've been hearing over while I was sick and made me want to throw up and shit was that Metaphor Refantazio, Cold Blood, is doing great. And I'm curious to hear what you think about this, Cold Blood. Metaphor Refantazio is doing awesome, mainly because of Xbox. What do you think about that?
I would ask the person that said that who sent you. Like, what? Are you serious? No. If any platform made that game successful, it's PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
All Xbox did was literally hiding the fact it's coming to PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
And still, the PlayStation sold this game almost by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like the PC numbers looking good, not gonna lie. But if 85k concurrent players for a JRPG is an achievement on Steam, that's fucking embarrassing. Like, what? 85k is the highest concurrent player amount for a JRPG ever? What the fuck are PC dudes doing?
Yeah.
And don't even start me with fucking Xbox, bro. That motherfucker debuted at fucking 36 behind a game that came out on the Xbox 360, GTA 4. GTA fucking 4 was in front of it. What?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, let's put this on the screen. So I want to show you guys something. When you look at most paid, Metaphor Refantazio is, let's take a look. It's currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's currently 36 or no. Okay, so it's 32nd. When I go to the most played Xbox games, I don't even think it's up there anymore. I don't think it's up there in the top 50 anymore. In the top paid, it's there. It's 32nd, but in the top played, I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. So already that fast it's dropping off a cliff. Here's my thing about people that think that Metaphor Refantazio is doing great because of Xbox. Let's look at Amazon. I just want to look at Amazon. Can we look at Amazon for a second? Let's go here. We're on Amazon, right? Let's click on Amazon. No. We ain't even got to click. Here goes the PlayStation. Let me make this bigger for those of you that can't see it in the back, right?
Remote.
I
have a question. Do you think there's more people that pirated the game on PC than there's actual bought copies.
It's you with PC. You never know. You never know.
No, but do you think most PC dudes would say, "Oh, it's a single player JRPG. I'm gonna just pirate it"?
Look, from what I know, they don't give a fuck if it's an online game because they can make their own servers and shit like so that. Yeah, especially if it's a single player game. Yeah, it's likely to get pirated. So yeah, definitely, that is a high possibility. Sorry, I had to mute that up. Anyway, yeah, it's a high possibility. But here's what Renewed. Yeah, I guess I don't know. Renewed for some reason. I guess these are traded in copies. You might have, for some reason, there must be a whole bunch of copies because I didn't see this Renewed for the PlayStation 5 version. But for some reason, there's a Renewed section for PlayStation, for Xbox. Let's take a look at that a little bit further. Yeah, Amazon Renewed. So I guess people traded it in. You might have a bunch of people that was like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy this." And then they were like, "Oh, nah, I don't want to buy this. I don't want this." You know, or it's just currently unavailable. Okay. So that's you know, I don't know. But I just want to show you guys just off of Amazon, right? There's 9,000 plus bought in the past month on PlayStation 5. There's 800 plus bought on the Xbox Series X. Now, a lot of people may say, well, a lot of the series consoles are digital. Okay. A lot of the PlayStations are digital. Especially the Slims, where the Slim released last year, I believe, and last year, if I'm wrong, let me know if I'm getting my time frames mixed up.
Time out.
Yep.
Now that I look at it, they actually sold 1,000 copies of the collector's edition for Xbox.
Where's that at? Collector's, hold on, PlayStation.
Right above the PS5 version.
Okay, so they
goddamn. Goddamn, yeah, y'all actually bought the more expensive version more than the standard version.
Now, is that collector's edition only for Xbox?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They're all specific to the platform.
Okay. Okay, so this still, no, I'll give them credit to where I won't mention them underperforming in sales. Fine. Won't say that they're not underperforming. And I will give them credit to, yes, you bought the collector's edition, 1,000 of them were bought. So that's actually cool. I do like that. And that saves you from what I was going to say as far as you underperforming, but the overarching point that you saved this game. Right? Okay. Look here. There were 9,000 copies bought on PlayStation. In combination with the collector's edition and the Series X versions, or the whatever. Yeah, the Series X versions. There's 800. Last time we checked, when we talked to, what do you call it? When we talked to Matt Piscatella before y'all forced him on the Blue Sky. I think he had elaborated that the Series X has closed the gap that it had with the Series S. It either closed it or was very close to closing it. So, they're very close in volume, right? According to Matt Piscatella of Sakana/NPD. So if that is the case, if you look at the 9,000 that are on PlayStation, you look at how many series consoles there are about half of the amount of PlayStations, right? So if you were to slash that in half, there's about 60 million PlayStation 5s out there. There are about 30 million series consoles out there. So if you slash that in half, you get what? What do you call it? You get the you get about what? 4,500. But then you got to take into consideration that about half of that 4,500 doesn't have a Series X. So you slash that in half, you get around 2,750. Give or take. So I will say 2,000. So my expectancy would be that there's around 2,000 Xbox versions being sold. Right? Now, Cold Blood pointed out that there were 1,000 collector's editions out here. And that's awesome. That's great. But now that I think about it, are we to assume that every single collector's edition was bought by an Xbox person? Like if I'm a collector, if I'm big into collection items, I mean, granted, I'm paying more because I'm not getting the game. All right, let's see what's all in this collector's edition. You get the game, you get the discs, and you get all this shit. And you do get some pre-order bonuses that you can't get in the PlayStation version. But you get the Atlas digital history book, the 35 digital all-time best soundtrack. Then you get some of this other stuff. I mean, who's to say that some of the PlayStation people didn't want some of this? So I don't know how many of the 1,000 people were of the PlayStation people that just wanted the steel book, this other book that's right here, right? You get the base game, the steel book, the soundtrack, the art book, the sticker sheet. Who's to say that some of the PlayStation people didn't want that? So no matter how you slice it, when I look at this, it still looks like that in comparison to how many Xboxes are out there that you would expect there to be versus how many PlayStations that there are that would be interested in this. I don't see the Xbox consumer base even performing up to par. Because the way I look at it, there should at least off of Amazon be 2,000 copies sold. It doesn't look like that. If you look at the high volume on PlayStation, 9,000 copies to at the highest 1,800 copies. Well, 9,000 plus versus 1,800 plus. If we're to assume that every single collector's edition is for an Xbox person, that's still underperforming.
Well, then, if you do it like that, bro, you also have to take the collector's edition for PS5 into consideration.
That's what I'm saying. No, I thought there was only a collector's edition for Xbox.
No. That's for everything, for PC and for PlayStation.
Oh, there's a collector. Okay. Oh, okay. That's what I was asking before. Okay. No. Oh, if there's a collector's edition.
In Germany, Metaphor is completely sold out on Amazon. like you can get the copy at all now.
Oh, okay. So there is a collector's edition for PlayStation 5. Okay, here we go. All right. So there's a collector's edition for PlayStation 5. Does it tell you how many were bought? No, for some reason it says it's 331. Oh, it's number 20 in PlayStation 5 games. Let's see if they'll show you how many were bought. Oh, here it goes right here. No, they don't, for some reason they don't tell you. That's weird. How many okay, so being that there's a collector's edition for the PlayStation 5 separately, I thought there wasn't one. Being that there's a separate PlayStation 5 collector's edition, then I think it's more than fair to attribute those 1,000 purely to Xbox people. Because why would a PlayStation person buy their collector's edition? It doesn't give me a number. That being said, even 1,800 plus, it's still underperforming versus the volume that we're seeing on PlayStation and the tendency that their consumers have. Why is that? Because PlayStation gamers have a bigger tendency of buying games. Xbox gamers have a bigger tendency of relying on Game Pass. So the whole argument of, PlayStation people just simply, or Xbox made this game popular is a farce. Where you have 9,000 plus versions of the game being sold on PlayStation versus 1,800, including the collector's edition on Xbox. 1,800 to 9,000? And then it's 32nd in top paid. I heard it peaked at 16 on top paid on PlayStation, on Xbox, but it peaked at number 10 top paid on PlayStation. You guys and gals do understand that being top 10 on PlayStation versus top 16 on Xbox, those are worlds apart. Those are worlds apart. So to sit there and try to attribute this game's success on PlayStation, on Xbox, is stupid. What you could probably do is see if this gave a boost to Xbox consoles being sold, even though you're getting everything that you're getting on the PlayStation. You can see how successful the marketing was if it created a boom of sales on Xbox, and they sold, the percentage of consoles sold went up significantly versus the percentages of PlayStation sold. Then you could say, that marketing deal worked. And God damn it, Xbox, you should do more than that. That's the best thing you can argue. But you can't argue anything over that. To say again, it's just basic math. 9,000 to 1,800? What are we doing here? And that's going to reflect across the board. Why is that going to reflect across the board? Because there are way more people that buy PlayStations versus Xboxes. So if a game is available on both systems, unless there's some crazy unique factor, like a collector's edition probably would have done it. Unless there's some crazy unique factor, it's a timed exclusive. There's only collector's editions here. There's exclusive content or whatever. If the game generally gets attention, like how this game is now generally getting attention, it's a ridiculous argument. And you guys sound goofy because you're trying to make an argument versus of a publisher versus a marketplace. Xbox is trying to learn how to succeed as a publisher. PlayStation is already a successful marketplace. You can't compare the two. It's just as stupid as trying to argue that Ubisoft is better than a PlayStation. That's stupid. That's dumb. They work in tandem. PlayStation creates its killer exclusives that brings a shit ton of people to their marketplace. And while the people are in their marketplace, they pick up Ubisoft games. I can't think of the word, but they work in tandem with each other. So the same thing now applies to Xbox. Xbox looked at the financials once they were looking to buy ABK. They saw how fucking crazy it was monetarily to be on the PlayStation Store. And that's why no motherfuckers started frosting glass and shit. It started getting everybody's getting a PlayStation dev kit now. Holy shit. And they just everybody started getting PlayStation dev kits. Stop this ludicrous argument. If you are hyped about Xbox, again, to each his own, fine. Now, I don't have a problem with it. If you are hyped about Xbox, you are hyped about access to games. You may like Xbox primarily. You know what I'm saying? You might think their games are cool, and that's fine. Just like you might have an Ubisoft, someone that's a fan of Ubisoft, right? And if they can now say, oh, well, I can access my Ubisoft games via Ubisoft Connect directly on the Fire TV, that's the same place that you're in, Xbox gamer. You can access your games in different places now. Just like Ubisoft, you can do the Ubisoft Connect store on PC. You can go to these various different cloud gaming platforms and access them through Amazon Luna, through GeForce Now. Ubisoft is now beta testing their own cloud service. You didn't know that? It's on, you can go get Ubisoft Connect. You got to install it on your PC, and then you can try the beta version of it via, I think the only game that's in there right now is Avatar, unless they've added some more since they've rolled it out. You could try it. It's Ubisoft is, Microsoft is now comparable to a Ubisoft. If you want to do some comparative conversation, it's versus Ubisoft and EA and fucking Tencent right now. PlayStation is a successful marketplace. PlayStation is successful in creating a very powerful and enticing spotlight to bring you to their store, aka their exclusive games, to bring you to their store so they can make money off of all the shit that you buy in their store. They don't necessarily make the overwhelming majority of stuff in their store, but they've set it up to where people want to come to their store more than anybody else's to buy this shit. That's how PlayStation is successful. That's what Phil Spencer meant when he said we can no longer out-console PlayStation. Meaning, we can't make a store anymore. This team is not about that. We can no longer make a store that people want to come to buy a variety of shit. We have Xbox games that are now partnered with ABK, right? Because we've acquired ABK. Let's take this property and put it everywhere and see how much money we can make. And for those of you that like Xbox property so much, we got a variety of different ways that you can engage with our property. That's it. That's a Ubisoft type thing. Your nemesis is Ubisoft. Y'all ain't fucking with, Xbox ain't fucking with place. Go see Ubisoft, for crying out loud. Go talk shit on them. Go throw eggs at their windows. Go TP their trees in their car. You don't belong over here anymore. Those days are over, Jack. It's over. You guys got to get over this shit. It's a wrap. Trying to boost up the Xbox platform and saying that it's doing better than PlayStation on anything besides failing is a fool's errand. Your nemesis is now Ubisoft. They're failing. You've been failing. Who's gonna fail? Who's gonna fail the least? Go fight them. You don't belong over here. These motherfuckers, even though they've had their slip ups. Oh my God. These motherfuckers over here are building platforms that people want to go to in order to engage with their shit. They are creating ways and quality ways of engaging with games that require you to spend money. They are requiring you to come to a space in order to engage. This is like a Ruth Chris Steakhouse. This is not McDonald's, where every 2 blocks you drive down the street, there's a McDonald's. No. Let me look up online. Damn, there's a Ruth Chris Steakhouse an hour away from here. Fuck it, we got to go. You drive to Ruth Chris Steakhouse and you have the best fucking steak and the best potato, whatever you know what I'm saying? And it's a night that you relish it and be like, damn, that was a good ass meal. Opposed to with Xbox, I'm hungry. I just want something that's meaty looking that I can throw this tomato paste on and call it a day because my stomach is growling. That's when you drive every 2 blocks and try to find the least filthiest McDonald's and you go get you a fucking Happy Meal, whatever the fuck you're eating over there. You go get that shit. That's how it is comparatively with platform when it comes to the platform stuff between the two. PlayStation is focused on quality. And because they have a very high quality, high demand product, it's going to cost, there's going to be costs associated to that. Opposed to where Xbox is just trying to saturate you with access. And now other publishers are trying to saturate you with access. So your nemesis is Square, Bandai Namco, EA, Embracer Group, Saber Interact. Those are your nemesises now, Xbox. And particularly, I'll say Ubisoft, because they're now trying to operate in all the spaces that you're trying to operate in. The only thing they don't have at the moment is a console. But I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, for those that have Ubisoft Connect, because I do. I remember when they first rolled it out, at some point in time, Ubisoft Connect had non-Ubisoft games in it. And when I say non-Ubisoft game, I mean games that are not published or developed by Ubisoft. people partnered with Ubisoft and said, oh, okay, I want to put my game in your store and make it accessible via your storefront. Now, they may not have hardware designed around that, but that's kind of also going into where Xbox is at, where they do have like a storefront too. It's not one of the main storefronts, but we have one too, just as another avenue of money. But yeah, the whole argument over Metaphor Refantazio, it's absurd. I think the best that you got, again, is stop arguing the wrong shit. Stop arguing stupid shit. The best you guys can argue is to say, look, let's look at the numbers when the October numbers come up. Did we see a significant enough bump in console sales? Oh, we did? Our percentage in console sales, particularly in the US, was actually higher than PlayStation's? Oh, hey, Xbox, do more of that. That's the best you can argue. Not no, oh, we made Metaphor Refantazio. We made, because I'm gonna tell you something. If Metaphor Refantazio was exclusive to Xbox, and Cold Blood I wonder what Cold Blood thinks about this. If Metaphor Refantazio was exclusive to Xbox, meaning it wasn't coming to PlayStation, I don't know if that would have been enough to like really have consoles fly off the shelves. I don't know if it would have been enough for console, because consoles would have had to fly off the shelves for one, because gamers that have more of a tendency to buy games would have needed to jump into the Xbox ecosystem, because that's what Xbox lacks. Because a lot of their gamers rely on Game Pass. So what you would have needed is you would have needed a bunch of gamers who said, oh shit, that's not coming to the platform that I already own. Maybe I will get a Series S so I can play this. Right? And then you would have had to have a whole bunch of people jump into the Xbox ecosystem in order to take advantage of that. That normally buys games. And because that doesn't happen, Cold Blood, you could tell us what you think about it. Cole, I don't know. I mean, do you think if Metaphor Refantazio was exclusive, it would have helped Xbox console sales at all?
I mean, sure. It might have sold 5,000 more than usual. I mean, that's about it.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what actually would have happened is most people would have gotten it on PC at that point. Then.
Yeah, I agree.
Because actual console completely exclusive is non-existent on Xbox now. It all comes out Xbox and PC, and most people would say, yeah, I get that shit on PC.
I'll get it on PC. Yep.
And then you can look at the numbers on Steam, and that's about what the fuck you would have gotten. So
yeah,
not a lot.
Yep. No, I agree. It's not me hating. It's just it's the perception here. I want to show you guys something. Let me see here. Okay, so here's I want to show you two videos back to back. The first one is very comical. It's this dude, I forget his name. What's the dude with the glasses name? Cold Blood, the one that was like, it's better. Well, I mean, it's really not better. When he was talking about the new Xbox Series X. What's that dude's name? Oh shit. Trying to sit here and set this up so you can watch it. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna play this for Cold Blood, so Cold Blood can hear it too, and then I'm gonna play the second video. The first video is a influencer that was part of the whole Xbox promo deal. I guess they put a lot of these new consoles that are coming this holiday season, they put them in people's hands and people are talking about them, right? And there's also one from Gamer Tag Radio. I want to play that one too, because I found it interesting. So here we go, because it's a sign of the times. So let's play what this dude has to say. I forget his fucking name. This dude with the glasses. If somebody can remind me in the chat what his name is. So let's play this. Let's hear what he has to say, because he kind of contradicts himself.
That's Austin Evans, bro.
Austin Evans. Okay, yeah. Austin Evans. Okay. He kind of contradicts himself within his video. So here we go.
Let's take a closer look at this chip. Series X 6 nanometer. Yes! We found it! Bigger difference, or at least for gamers at least, is going to be when you're actually playing a game. We ran Forza Horizon 5, the exact same sort of stress test and the same sort of benchmark for the opening scene with the Porsche driving through the forest, which we saw had the highest power draw. And again, the newer consoles are better. So what you're seeing here is an 11 to 16 watt reduction in power for the same performance. All of these new Xbox Series X's are using the new redesigned cooling solution and the updated 6 nanometer chip. And what you're getting here is essentially the exact same experience in every possible way, except that it is a bit more efficient. So you're gonna be saving a little bit on the power. But as far as I can tell, there is zero downside to the admittedly cost savings that Microsoft have done, which is really interesting. Yes! Let's take a closer look at this chip.
Two things, most.
Yep.
Two things.
Uh-huh.
First of all, who gives a fuck? Like, actually, who gives a fuck that these consoles came out? Second of all, they are doing all this just to get the Green Studio of the Year award again.
Yeah.
That fucking fake ass award that Jeff Keighley came up with for Xbox, so they win something. Bro, what the fuck? Xbox is now the efficiency king. Yeah. Hell yeah.
The Xbox has a new seaweed coolant. It's made out of the most friendly seaweed juice that you're going to find on the Northeast Atlantic. We here at the NYU Studies of Video Game Pleasantry, we're giving Phil Spencer an award. Everybody snap. Introducing Phil Spencer. You gonna get an award for this dumb shit? Like you said, the Xbox just by it being out is power efficient because don't nobody play the shit. Nobody buys the motherfucker. Nobody plays. That's the most power. All you gotta do is slap a picture of Phil Spencer on the box and no, I'm not picking that up. No. So that
now that they don't ship to Saudi Arabia, there's even less emissions.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No. They're closing down warehouses all over the world. Do you know how much gas that they're saving on the planes? And let's snap for Phil Spencer. You got motherfucking snapping for all that dumb goofy ass shit, jazzmatazz shit. Man, get the fuck out of here! Fuck out of here, man. We play games over here. We playing seaweed coolant. Oh yeah, Series X. What is it with all these motherfuckers that are coming their trousers over the dumbest shit in regards to Xbox? What is this shit? Yeah, Series X. Why? Stupid. So we got this, right? Which is dumb. But here goes somebody that's like, all right, Austin, we got to keep it real, bro. Like, I'm not coming on there. We ain't capping for nobody, bro. Like, I'm not doing it. My homie right here. Hey, he ain't playing, man. Look at him. Look at him. He look like he want to punch the shit out of that glittery ass box. Look at him. He mad as hell. He gonna chop the shit out of it. The fuck is this? We gonna talk to my man. We gonna see what my man's got to say about this. Cause look at Austin. Austin's like, yeah. Now I gotta keep it real. All right, here we go. Let's see what my bro got to say about this Xbox.
Financially, they are looked at as the third best, worst, however you want to look at it, console in a group of 3. And they need to do something to improve their PR on it. As much as I love Game Pass and stuff like that, it's not selling. I think they need to swing for the fences. When PS5 Pro comes out, no one is comparing this to a PS5 anymore. They're comparing this to a PS5 Pro. This is the top of the line model I can get from Xbox, and this is the top of the line model I can get from PlayStation. And it is a vast difference between the two of them. There's still the massive stigma that Xbox sucks, PlayStation is better. This financially, they are looked.
I mean, that stigma ain't gonna change.
It's not changing
anytime soon.
It's not changing. It's not changing. Like, here, if you, this is what I'm saying, and this is what's really going to determine who's truly an Xbox fan versus who's a PlayStation hater. If you look in the mirror and you pinch yourself and you say, oh, you know what? I'm definitely an Xbox fan. Then I think the first thing you can do as an Xbox fan is clean house. What do I mean about clean house? I mean, get rid of the motherfuckers that simply hate on PlayStation. Because the only place that this hating on PlayStation works is YouTube. It's not working in Best Buy. It's not working in GameStop. It's not working in Game. It's definitely not working in Saudi Arabia. It's not working in UK. It's not working in the United States. It's working nowhere else except in the murky, sleazy, cruddy world of Twitter and mainly YouTube's algorithm. That's it. These people that just live to hate on Xbox, they're not doing you any justice. Just extradite them. You know how you wanted to throw me out? Remember how y'all told Z y'all wanted to knock him out of his Pumas? You know, do that to the pure PlayStation haters. They're not doing you any justice. And once you eliminate them, what you do then is you say, okay, I enjoy Xbox. And now under Sarah Bond, Xbox's new direction is all about access. So I'm gonna praise them just for their access. And anybody that is not playing the access game with their particular content, like PlayStation uses its content to bring you to them because they want you to shop out of their store. Xbox uses its content to deliver it to you. So you over there, you over here, you over there, you over there, you interact with it and they're getting a piece of your money somehow. It's two totally different approaches and it leads to two totally different outcomes when it comes to quality. So because it's two totally different outcomes, as an Xbox fan, you want to measure Xbox's success because there's nothing wrong with measuring up what your favorite thing is doing. Because if they're in the market, if they're publicly traded, all other stuff, they're going to be compared by somebody, and that's going to be part of their success story. So if you want to like comparatively look at Xbox, then understand who to comparatively look at Xbox against. That is other publishers. It's not other external publishers at that. Other publishers who the overwhelming majority of their games go elsewhere. Not to a PlayStation, not to a Nintendo. It just doesn't make sense. They said the PlayStation 5 Pro will smoke that glitter box. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. Now before we lead off with the with our big debate from the from the other show, I do want to talk about this. And here's another thing too. I just want to, because I didn't remind you guys. I said something in the live show. Oh no, did I say something here about the games? Well, not the new game stream, but did I talk about this or I talk about it with the members about the game stream channel?
You talked about it here.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, just as a reminder, game stream channel has been reconfigured, but also check out Cold Blood streams here as well. But if you're like interested in the games that we play, I kind of tinkered with it. And I cataloged everything so it's easier for you to interact with our game streams. This is the game stream channel. It's called MM2K Gaming Streams. Matter of fact, here I'll put it in the chat right here so you guys can see it. Here we go. Go check it out. You'll see all of our game streams, the hottest games that are out right now. They'll all go here. If you're like, oh yeah, now I want to see what Cold Blood's been up to, the games he plays, the way he plays. I want to see. There you go, right there. All right. So yeah, I want to say that. Okay, so let's talk about this. There's a new head of Xbox Game Studios. Says Alan Hartman is stepping down as the head of Xbox Game Studios. Craig Duncan, the lead at Rare, will take Hartman's place. Duncan's new role will encompass the management of multiple Xbox teams, including Halo, Obsidian, Double Fine. So we're talking all the legacy groups. Now, what do I mean the legacy groups again? Before Xbox bought Bethesda, those were considered Xbox legacy teams. Those were the Halo Studios, Obsidian, Double Fine, Compulsion. What's that other? The Initiative. You know, all those teams that were there before Xbox, that were owned by Xbox before Xbox bought Bethesda. There's Xbox Studios, Game Studios, there's Bethesda, and then there's ABK. Just so you guys are aware. So Xbox, when it comes to game development, they have 3 cores, companies, you know, 3 core divisions. And all of those divisions report up to Matt Booty. Right. So here's where I got questions for Cold Blood. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even realize that Alan Hartman, I don't know what the fuck that is. Alan Hartman was the head of Xbox Game Studios. I didn't realize that there was somebody that oversaw all those studios in tandem. I just thought that all those studios reported to Matt Booty. But I mean, this guy from Rare is replacing Alan Hartman. I mean, do you see, I mean, this is a slow pitch down the middle, but I gotta ask you, Cold Blood, do you see any of those studios getting better at making games, or is it going to be the same old because Matt Booty's still in charge? What do you think?
I mean, what did any of these head of Xbox studios do? Did they do something?
Bruh. Played on PlayStation. I don't know what that, bruh.
Yeah, maybe to get some, to get some inspiration, sure. but fuck, it didn't work out, bro.
What the fuck inspiration? They just wanted to unwind and shit. Hey boss, we just added the new DLC for City. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm playing Returnal. Man, get that shit out of my face. But boss, it goes live tomorrow. Man, get that shit out of here. Fuck out of here. Want to see no goddamn Sea of Thieves? Yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't know what these dudes did. Yeah, Cree, hasn't this guy worked on Sea of Thieves and Kinect games? Yeah, I think he did. Hey, Ice Cream Gaming, good to see you.
No,
go ahead.
Isn't he the the director of Forza?
He might be. I don't know. His
I mean,
name looks familiar.
The Forza, not the arcade racer Forza.
Yeah.
I mean the real Forza.
But the motorsport, right? Is that motorsport? Yeah.
I think he was the director of that. And if he is, bro, he's literally the last person I would have assigned to that role.
Yeah.
Not what the fuck they made last time.
Yeah,
bro, that was embarrassing.
Yeah. I think Xbox has the only thing they successfully done is drove away talent. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. There's a game. I'm gonna probably get in trouble. No, I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna name the game. I'll do that. There is a game out there that a lot of the people that were at 343, that was Xbox's, biggest studio at the time for their flagship franchise. They were leaving 343 in droves. This is before what's her name? That got released from 343. Sarah Bonner or some shit like that. I don't know. This is before she even left. They left because they were like, this is trash. And they left and they built a studio. And the studio is coming out with the game. Now I haven't heard much of it because when I played the game, I got into one of their alphas years ago. This was a few years ago. Even before the new consoles came out. The game was bad. It was in bad shape. And when I say in bad shape, I mean it wasn't like it was just bad. It was a bad, like if you guys think Concord was useless for how it was rolled out and the time it rolled out, oh, this would make Concord look like The Last of Us 2 and shit. But things were so bad at 343, and I'm sorry, I misspoke. They didn't build this studio. They left, and one of the project leads or something like that went over to this new studio, and then he started siphoning people off. And they had to see this game. They had to see what was being built. But things were so bad at 343, they said, hey, look, this is a paycheck. It's better than doing this. I'm fucking out of here. I'm going. I just think, Pete Hines is going. I just think that Xbox is not, it's not, and I'm not saying that other studios are great to work at across the board. But when it comes to creativity and the support to help push your creativity and to help you get the accolades you deserve, Xbox is horrible. They're just as horrible, if not more, than Ubisoft right now. And again, you're talking to somebody who looks at Ubisoft games, don't mind the games as a service element, don't mind the open world aspect of it, but just feel like that over the last couple of years, particularly with one of their better talented studios, they really haven't done what they needed to do to produce great quality. I think that Xbox is not conducive workspace for talented people. That's why they had the dude that left. Remember, he left Insomniac or he left PlayStation or something like that. Came to, hold on. came to Xbox to do the what's the name of that fucking company, man? Holy shit. The Initiative. And then said he was sick, said his gallbladder busted or some shit, and then went back to PlayStation. Who does shit like that? Who does shit like that unless the situation that you're in is horrid? I mean, horrid. Nobody does stuff like that. I don't, in my opinion, I don't think it matters who's in charge at this point. If Matt Booty doesn't go, well, number one, I think Phil has to go. Phil has to go. I don't know. I don't know if Phil okay, let me back up a little bit. And so we've done a series of interviews here, and we're going to do more. John Wade says Phil's still learning. We've done a series of interviews here. They're called Lobby Talk. We've done King Thrash. We made that one public. If you didn't see that one, definitely check that out. We still have, and then the other public one is Mag. The Mag interview is fantastic as well. You definitely want to check that out. We aired that one publicly. The two that we still have yet remaining to make public, because this is members first content, so thank you to all of our members, was Porter Rocks and Tim Dogs. Tim Dog is probably going to be next month. I think this is the month Cold Blood that we we'll talk about it too. We might drop Porter Rocks soon. But the Tim Dog one, if you're a member and you missed that one, you're going to want to check that one out. Tim Dog and I spoke, in Cold Blood spoke about some of the things that Phil Spencer tells his gamers or tells his studios, stuff that he doesn't want in games. So he's kind of like mandated. Like he tells you, oh, I don't want to stifle on their creativity. Their creativity is this and that, and it's so important to creativity, right? But then he tells their studios there are certain things that I want and I do not want in our games, right? So that's already fucking with the I forget the word or the slang term of it, but that's already fucking with the creativity of the developer. It's kind of like when he was like, I don't want smoking for our characters. I know, and a lot of people, we made fun of it. And that was when I was still an Xbot when that shit came out, and I was like, what the fuck? Why are you? This is before the whole Sweet Baby Inc. thing, or people were arguing about that, or DEI. We were just looking at that like that's stupid. Why are you fucking with, what people can put in games? It's a fucking video game. Let's stop this shit. But it's gotten worse since then in talking to Tim. We talk about that during the interview, I believe. So you definitely, and we talk about a bunch of shit. You definitely want to check this out. Xbox isn't going to get better because Phil has to go, because Phil just doesn't have a connection to you. Like if you're a gamer that, let's just take 2024 as an example. Let's just say you played Stellar Blade. You were like, oh, this is awesome. You played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. You're like, oh, this is the shit. You played Helldivers 2 when it was popping. Oh, this is awesome. Then you picked up Dragon's Dogma too, and you're like, oh, this is a dope game. What else do we have? You picked up Space Marine 2. Oh shit, this is awesome. Wukong, great game. Metaphor Refantazio, this is some great shit, right? And then we might get some more games that we get that film from. Maybe not. Maybe that's it. And there's probably some that I'm missing too that I'm not thinking of, right? Let's just take 2024 alone. If you're a gamer that looked at those games, but then let's just say, for instance, you looked at Hellblade and you were like, visually great, but nah, I'm not digging that. You looked at Shattered Space for Starfield. Nah, I don't like that. And there were other games that came out, third-party games, that you probably looked at and you were like, the general consensus was like, nah, not good. If you fit into that realm where your quality litmus is where the majority of gamers are at, that level of quality that you've come to expect is never going to be fulfilled by a Phil Spencer led studio. Never. Phil Spencer, when I say fulfilled, I mean, look, you can come up with a game here and there that, oh, that's not a bad game. Oh, that was cool. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? But you're not going to consistently be flourished with great games through a period, even for, definitely not a year, right? You're not going to consistently be flourished with games, great games for a year, right? The reason why that's not going to happen is because Phil Spencer does not know what it takes to make a great game. He has no idea. And now it's gotten to the point to where he is putting mandates on his developers to kill their creativity in places where it's going to make it even more likely. We want to see this. We don't want to see that. You know what I mean? It started off with cigarettes. And it's just spreading to more goofy things that, you know, okay, on the surface, you may want me not to touch this arena, but if I get into more brutal, hardcore stuff, are you gonna, you know, when the type of mandate that Phil Spencer puts on shit, when that's applied to a creative, that fucks with, that cascades down, and then they start questioning themselves. Well, should we even do this? Yeah, we don't even want to. Should we bother with this? Because if we put this in the game and they get stripped, they might be too sensitive to this. That fucks with the creative process altogether. Like, you look, there's a rating you're trying to achieve. That's one thing. The ratings are the ratings. So there's a rating that you're trying to achieve in certain locales. You develop from the ground up from that. But then if you start getting hit with these creative mandates, then you start putting your ideas in a box. And creatives cannot put their ideas in a box like that. Outside of the rating system, they can't do that. Because if you do that, it's going to have a domino effect. It's going to affect the output. That's why I said creatives under a Phil Spencer-led sector cannot thrive. You might get lucky. Indiana Jones might be the shit. They might make a Minecraft Legends 2, and it might be awesome. But it's going to be far and few between. Far and few between. Because the creatives are going to feel like feel stifled. They're going to be second guessing themselves. And then you just don't have that supportive input. Like it kind of reminds me when Last of Us 2 came out. And look, I'm not even trying to be political from a DEI or a liberal versus conservative standpoint. By this example alone, you'll see what I'm saying. Because you don't get no more liberal than fucking, what's his name from Naughty Dog? What's his name? Cole? I don't know why I'm losing. I'm still not 100% yet. Neil Druckmann. You don't get no more liberal than Neil Druckmann, right? But there was this effort when they showed Last of Us 2. I believe it was at the Paris game show when they used to be there. And they showed that trailer. And then you had some publications say, oh, Last of Us 2 is just going on a trend of trying to show violence against women and trying to make violence against women okay. Again, you get no more liberal than Neil Druckmann. But the motherfuckers stood on their business. They said, hold on. What? Yeah. Tell you this. We make hardcore games for hardcore gamers. And we unapologetically do it. So take it or leave it. Get the fuck out of our face because we got Last of Us 2 to finish up. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm not even talking from that type of political level. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel like the PlayStation developers are getting that same type of pressure that fucks with their creative process. And they get mentorship to where they look at the games and they're like, hold on. This is not a great game. You gotta go back and fix that shit. This is not a great experience. People may say, well, what the fuck happened with Concord? Well, we'll see. But we know that PlayStation still knows how, they got some studios that know how to do some shit, that can still whip out some shit. They are proven, and they've been whipping out shit. And we still got Insomniac working on stuff and all these, we got Ghost of Yatai coming out, right? We got some potentially awesome shit coming out by some proven studios. Because there's mentorship there, there's precedent there, and I don't think there's that much of a mandate put on them that fucks with their creative. Hold on. Okay. So, yeah, I don't think that they have that type of they said Marlon Gaming is unboxing the glitter box. He says Create86 is Indiana Jones works well with that kind of mandate because it already comes with a bag of things you can and can't do with the you got it when you're working on an IP like that's fine. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But when somebody's trying to make something from scratch, when they're trying to make for Indiana Jones, most of the magic is made for you because there's already story. there's already lore. And if you're smart enough, you're picking up an IP that's already been successful, like Indiana Jones, right? It's just your job to extrapolate what's already been successful and put it in game form. Not saying it's entirely easy, but it's a lot less difficult than a Neil Druckmann coming up with an idea from scratch on his own. You understand what I'm saying? And so all these developers that are working at Xbox Studios or whatever that have to come up with ideas from their own, they're delivering mandates from Phil Spencer that has to, I can't see it no other way, that has to wear down their psyche. And I don't, and as long as he's still there, I don't, here's what has to happen. Phil has to back off a little bit, for one. And for two, Matt Booty would have to be replaced for there to even be a semblance of a hope. I mean, I'm convinced if Phil's still there, I don't trust nothing. But I'm willing to say, okay, there could be some better games coming out of Xbox more consistently if Phil backs off a little bit. And then they replace Matt Booty with somebody that really has that touch on quality, like how Yoshida, again, infamously, told Cory Barlog and them, this is not going to work. You got to go back in and redo this. There seems to be nobody like that. Like their creative process at Xbox is horrid. And then it's starting to spill. It feels like that it's spilled over to Bethesda. And it, we'll see how it affects ABK ongoing. But if I were to look at what's happening with these, what the fuck? It's playing an ad. If there's going to be any hope for those legacy Xbox studios, it would be because Matt Booty's gone. Matt Booty has to go. And Matt Booty could be sitting there saying, well, that's not fair. It's not my fault. I had some great ideas and a great direction for this studio, but Phil's, but I report to Phil, and that could be true. But at the very least, Matt isn't good enough to work with the constraints, as unfair as this may sound, to work with the constraints offered by Phil Spencer. Like, people that are truly talented at what they do or can operate under the challenges that are given to them and still succeed. And, maybe under different circumstances, Matt would flourish. He would help spur some great games. But I don't think he's the right person for that spot. You need somebody that has an eye to make great games and knows how to handle Phil. Matt's not that person. Looking at Amazon even further, we're seeing that the numbers are heavily swinging towards PlayStation 5 Pro's popularity. That's what this clip shows right here. We still got Kid Smooth even broke down and bought a PlayStation. Let's listen to what Kid Smooth had to say real quick. Let's listen to the best bot. Let's play this. Okay, here we go. Holla.
For $700, man, I don't think I can buy this and not get any comments, or I don't think I can buy this and be like fully comfortable, like
that I didn't think I would do because I didn't feel the need to. but the opportunity presented itself, and so I did do. And that I did was pre-ordered a PlayStation 5 Pro. For $700.
So to close out on this PlayStation 5 conversation, we got like 5 more minutes and I got to get out of here. So we'll go a little bit over the hour. But Cold Blood, what are your thoughts on everything that's being said about the PlayStation 5 Pro? Some pros and cons, like maybe even some of the we kind of talked about this in the member stream, some of the lofty expectations by even some of the ponies or Corey. How dare you call me Bonnie Ross? Thank you, Corey. Bonnie Ross. But like Corey Massey was saying in the member stream about, the PlayStation 5 Pro, he doesn't think there's going to be 30 frames per second only games on there and stuff like that. Like, what are your thoughts on the pros? What do you think of, what is your message to the haters and to the glazers before we get out of here?
I mean, to the haters, keep hating. It's just gonna make it even more funny in the end for us.
Yeah.
Like, bro. Oh, these $700 caveat PCs they got, bro. I want to see someone run actual games on the fuck. Yeah, and to those that are completely overhyping the Pro right now, all I can say is don't get shocked when some games start to not be 60 FPS.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, they promise you right now, oh, it's all about the performance. It's all the gamers want. In the end, the developer still decides if a game is going to be 60 or not Sony. So if they decide it's our creative decision to make it 30 FPS, they're going to make it 30 FPS.
Yeah.
Like I said to you in private, bro, the disillusion is probably going to come sooner than a lot of people think.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, as much as I enjoy, my plans of getting my PlayStation 5 Pro and how I'm going to get it, that's all. It's all in the developer's hands. And if you read the leaked documents, you will see that it leaves a potential. I'm not saying every single game is going to, but don't get caught up in that belief system that there won't be no. As long as there are greedy publishers and developers out there, mainly greedy publishers, and they know that they can sell a game to you guys at horrible performance and you guys will accept it and still pay $70 for it. All you need is that horrible game to be running sub 30. It get one or two of the check marks of the PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced. Like there's, look at the leaked documents. And PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced doesn't guarantee 60 frames per second mode. So they could have a performance mode, right, that maybe reaches 45 frames, something goofy. And all they've enhanced is the quality mode, where they got the quality mode up to 30. Maybe they put a little bit of more ray tracing in the performance mode. Based off the leaked document, that's good enough for a pro enhancement. Now, why would you do something like that? That, on the biggest platform in entirety, the place that would put a black eye on you with the PlayStation community. Why would you want to do that, right? But again, that doesn't mean that we haven't seen publishers and developers do stupid stuff before. Okay? So again, I'm cautioning you with cold blood. I would say that the PlayStation 5 Pro has a lot of promise. The enhancements are going to be significant enough to really push gaming forward in a way that will please its owners. But never ever doubt how low a developer or particularly a publisher will go. Let me read these final comments. I've been waiting for this topic all show. He said, what games are not 30 frames? Go ahead. What were you going to say?
The next game a lot of people should be worried about is Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yeah, I agree. Anything Capcom, I would be concerned. I wouldn't just assume it's going to be 60. He says 75% games on PlayStation 5 choose performance mode. I think developers know what they can and cannot get. They're still going to make 30. Bro, Corey, let me ask you a question, bro. Do you not think that while Capcom was developing and quote unquote optimizing, if you want to use that term, Dragon's Dogma 2, that number that statistic wasn't true? You don't think while they were in the final year of development of that game that statistic wasn't true? That statistic was true when they released Dragon's Dogma 2. About 75% won a performance mode. Corey, what did you get for Dragon's Dogma 2? What did you get? And based upon what you didn't get, didn't the game still sell well? I mean, it was to a slow start, but it sold well. That, you know what I mean? Again, it's not a knock against the PlayStation 5 Pro. The PlayStation 5 Pro can't slap the developer and say, what the fuck is you doing? But it can't, it's still incumbent upon the developer. And all we're saying is don't be ones to believe that these developers or particularly these publishers are going to be smart and do the smart thing. They're not. You're going to see some publishers and some developers some are going to try to be slick and try to just do some visual upgrades from the base model. And because of the way PlayStation set it up, it'll have the Pro Enhanced thing and it won't be 60. If you don't like that possibility, don't just assume it's not going to happen. What you should do, Corey, is say, PlayStation, it better not happen. That's what you need to do. Because Corey, I don't want to sit here with you, brother. I got to be honest with you. I don't want to sit here with you, brother, 3 to 6 months from now, and we do get a game from PlayStation. Or no, better yet, let's do this. I'm going to ask you this, Corey, put you on the spot, put you on Johnny on the spot. Cold blood now, taking notes, brother. If there is a PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced game that caps out at 30, what are you going to say or do as a consumer?
Nothing. Accept it.
I'm waiting around for that answer. What are you going to say or do? I'm not talking about Dragon's Dogma. I'm talking about when you said, 75% of the games are, they know what they can and what they cannot get away with. I use Dragon's Dogma as an example to say, if they know that's the case, then why did they even release Dragon's Dogma in the state that it was in? Why would you even do that? So they don't care about the numbers. They care about what they're going to get away with. Now, thankfully, due to the efficiencies and the smarts of PlayStation and Mark Cerny, they grabbed Dragon's Dogma and they said, let this be a testament to how this is. And they probably sent engineers and flooded them to make sure that I got up, because they knew people like me, Richard Ledbetter from Digital Foundry was watching to see how Dragon's Dogma was. Mark Cerny knew that. But that's not going to be possible for every game or every developer that under optimizes their game. So that's why I want to know, Corey, what are you going to do and say if we do get a 30 frames per second only game that's Pro Enhanced, that has the Pro Enhanced label? He says, I will not buy any game this generation that is only any game, period. Okay, you won't buy it, but what are you going to say if Sony disappoints you and slaps that Pro Enhanced label on it? What are you going to say? Boosteroid is now better than GFN. I don't know about that. Shout out to Boosteroid. Love them. Shout out to them upgrading their servers to get the better performance. But Soup, here's what I'm going to say. And we had a great time talking to Boosteroid. I'm still waiting, Corey, I'm still waiting on your answer. What are you going to do and say if so? We know you won't buy the game, but what are you going to do and say if Sony gives them that label? What are you going to say? See, you won't answer. You see him, Cold Blood? He's not going to answer the question. Sony will not put the Pro Enhanced label on a game that hasn't ever performed. What proof do you have? You don't have any proof. I got proof of the leaked documents that was proven to be accurate by everything Mark Cerny confirmed. That leaked document must be accurate. He said all the power for the Pro, and it can't compare to the Fire Stick. Laugh out loud. Corey, I want to know what you would do if they did that. See, he knows he's being put with Johnny on the spot, Cole. That's why he don't want to answer it. What would you do? What would you say to Sony if they did that? Not your hopes that they don't do it, because according to the leaked documents, they are going to do it. If they would do it, if that's all the developer did, if the developer just enhanced the quality mode, as long as it fit under their guidelines, they're going to get that label. And the guidelines does not say it has to have a performance mode. Now, would Sony not send out, engineers and shit? Sure. But if the developer just doesn't care to do it, then unless Sony changes the litmus and changes those guidelines, you could very well have, and I wouldn't doubt that you will see a 30 cap game on the play. Not because the PlayStation 5 Pro couldn't put the game up to 60. Of course not. I don't doubt how low a developer will go because too many consumers let them get away with a whole bunch of crazy shit. Sony trumps it. Here we go. No. If you listen to what they said directly, they did not say that that's going to apply to every game. In our next member show, Corey, now you're going to force me to go over to the thing again so we can, show you exactly what he said. You're not going to answer the question. So that means you don't want to hold Sony up to account. I'm going to go back to the soup. I'm going to get you next time. I'm going to have to tag you next time, Corey, on the next members. I'm going to have to pull up that stream, and we're going to talk about it. Soup, here's what I'm going to say about Boosteroid. If you're a cloud gamer, and you want access to a wide range of games, Boosteroid is a great way to engage with games. It's great. I enjoy the service. I love the access to the library. From what I understand, in previous conversations that I've had with Boosteroid directly, and I've done the live shows with them, Soup, they are using NVIDIA GeForce Now technology to power Boosteroid's new tier. There is no way that Boosteroid is going to use GeForce Now technology and it's going to be better than GeForce Now. That's not happening. NVIDIA doesn't get down like that. Secondly, when I got an opportunity to try Boosteroid's new tier before the rest of y'all saw it. When I tried it, it was cool. It was good. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely good. It was cool. And it was a great enhancement from the base Boosteroid service, but it wasn't better than GeForce Now. I'm talking about performance-wise. So we could have the argument about, well, it may not be as good as GeForce Now, but they have the better library, so that pushes it ahead. I think that's a fair argument to have. But if we're talking strictly about performance, no, it's not better than GeForce Now Ultimate. It definitely is not. Now, again, I am saying, well, I won't say definitely. It was not at the time that I got to test it, which was a couple of weeks before its public rollout. Again, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it was horrible. It was awful. I think it was pretty good. It was pretty good. It's definitely up there. If I had to rank them, I would say GeForce Now Ultimate. I'm still putting PlayStation 5 4K at number 2, and then I would put Boosteroid at 3. I would put it at a very close 3. It was cool, but it wasn't. It was not GeForce Now Ultimate. He says, I'm holding them to their word. No, you're not. You're holding them to, no, Corey, you're not. You're holding them to a standard that you're setting yourself, because their words didn't say that in totality. They didn't say expect every game to be, a matter of fact, he said words to, hey, look, we wanted to bridge that gap. But he didn't say, so expect. Look, we can't sit here and make fun of Phil Spencer for them doing double speak and then not recognize it elsewhere. They did not confirm every single game that gets the PlayStation 5 Pro Enhanced label will have a performance mode. It's marketing 101, Corey. Trust me, as someone that does this for a multi-trillion-dollar company, believe me, that's why I do this as a hobby to help inform y'all. Marketing 101. Say exactly what you mean. Mark Cerny's not a dummy. Sony's not stupid. They know that their consumer base wants the PlayStation 5 Pro Enhanced to mean 60 frames per second or performance mode for every game. If that is what they meant, if that's what they're delivering, they are going to say that. They have yet to say that. They have not said it yet. Now, they use a lot of word salad to say things like, well, we did this to try to eliminate the need of, you know what I mean? So yeah, it does eliminate the need of it, but you still got to work towards it. And so if you don't want to work towards it, It's not the system's fault. It's up to the developer. But according to the leaked documents that confirmed everything that Mark Cerny has said, you don't need a 60 frames per second, or you don't need a performance mode in order to get the pro, what's it called? So I'm taking into consideration, Corey, that A, they did not explicitly say that. Sony is top notch in directly saying what they mean. So he would have followed that up. I know which part you're talking about. He would have followed that up with, so you can expect every game that gets our PlayStation 5 Pro Enhanced label to have a performance mode. He know that we would have been falling out of our seats. I would have probably got on a plane to fly to Germany just to high five Cold Blood and come back. That's why their words are carefully crafted, and they got Digital Foundry doing these reviews. People can't feel. There's a reason why this is carefully crafted, because it's in the early stages, and there's going to be some realizations to this that consumers are not going to like. It's not going to be bad to the point they're like, oh, this ain't worth it. I wasted my money, but they're not going to like some end results because PlayStation got to take into consideration that they are going to deal with some developers that are boo-boo heads. And these developers are going to do some shit that is not inducive to what the gamers are going to want. You're going to have some developers that are not going to work towards a performance mode. But to entice gamers to keep doing as much as they can, or as much as, they will do, they're willing to bend a little. They're bending a little now because they want as many developers using the PlayStation 5 Pro enhancements as possible. That's why they opened the gauntlet of what those PlayStation 5 Pro enhancements would mean. And they've opened the gauntlet to what gets you a PlayStation 5 Pro label. There's no better way, and PlayStation does this better than our company does. There's no better way to send what you believe, Corey, to the gamers by saying they would have said, Mark Cerny would have got on there, every single game that has the PlayStation 5 Pro label, PlayStation 5 Pro Enhanced label, will have a suitable performance mode. Okay, next slide. He would have said it. But because this is the onboarding process, they don't want to put those type of contingencies on the developers right now because they know there's some developers that really don't want to be bothered with their shit. They just want to release their game on the PlayStation. And they ain't thinking about the PlayStation 5 Pro. They just want to make the game for the PlayStation 5 base, where most of the money is at, and for the whatever demographic they're targeting that don't care about frames. Now, there are other litmuses that if you don't hit at all, you're not getting the enhanced label. But according to the documents, that it would be different, Corey. I would jive with what you were saying if the documents only got one thing right or two things. Everything that he said in that presentation, bro, and really have said since then, ties into the leaked documents. Everything. There's not one thing that I saw that was wrong. Bro, it's not looking good for your expectation. But what I'm trying to say is if we do get one, it's not Sony's fault. It's not because Sony didn't want it to be a performance mode, but Sony should be more selective in who they give that enhanced label to. Now, I'm gonna hold you. Now, Corey, don't you disappear on me like, what's her name? I forget what her name was. Disappeared. Concord is gonna live. And then she disappeared. Don't you do that. I'm telling you, it's not because Sony doesn't want it to have a performance mode. It's gonna be because the developer doesn't care, but they've done enough to get that label, and they're gonna say, where's our label? telling you. So okay, you don't think that? Who was that? Was that Rocksteady that did Gotham Knights? Come on, come on! Don't do this now. So your argument is that every developer just does what they're supposed to do, or every it's not even the. I hate saying the developers because most of these developers are influenced by the publishers. You're trying to tell me that horribly optimized games haven't been released, and you believe that every single horribly optimized game is going to be fixed by the PlayStation 5 Pro just because it exists? No. You're going to have a lot of people that are just going to work towards the base. They'll do enough. Hey, let's get this label. Hey, yeah, it's easy. It's easy for us to add that PSSR ray tracing or whatever. Let's do it. That's it. And because it's feeding the PSSR algorithm, it's good enough to. That's why they're giving people the label, even if they're doing performance modes or not, according to the leaked documents. Why? Because it's feeding the PSSR algorithm. That's the most important thing to Sony right now, because they need that algorithm fed for the PlayStation 6. I'm just saying, you better be ready to say something. I said 20 minutes ago I was gonna get the hell out of here. I'm getting out of here. Ella Pate, what's going on, my friend? Soup says, can't wait to see the Pro out in the wild. Dust Golem told everyone that RE8 was only 30 frames per second at the start of the gen. I don't trust any leak. Hey, look. Hey, I don't care about Dust Golem. Dust Golem did not release a leak that when the official spoke of said product and service, everything in the leak matches up to everything that was said. You deal with Dust Golem about that. I'm talking about Tom Anderson and Insider Gaming and others who got those leaked documents. All right, we out of here. Cold Blood, any final words before we roll? I'm 20 minutes late. I'm gonna be late to work. Oh. Corey, you know that's not the argument. We're saying don't, because of the standards that PlayStation has set. So you can't play that straw man's argument with me. Because of the stipulations that PlayStation has set for the PlayStation Pro Enhanced label that does not require a performance mode, we are telling you don't expect all games to not have a performance mode. And because of the tendencies of publishers that have done goofy things, like the publishers of Gotham Knights, and a game like that making a 30 frames per second, because you're going to see somebody try it. You're going to see somebody do enough development to reach the litmuses that give you that label, and you're going to see somebody do so without a performance mode. When you see that, we're going to have this conversation again, and you need to stand on your own too and say, you know what? Now I got to deal with it. If the generation goes and there's no games that lack a performance mode, I'll do the same. But I'm telling you, based off of what I know from developers, what we know, not even, it ain't got nothing to do with me, from what you've seen from developers, because of the stuff that's put on them from publishers, in most cases, you're going to see some lazy shit, and somebody's going to try some lazy shit. It doesn't speak to the prowess of the PlayStation 5 Pro. What it does say is it speaks to the prowess of Sony giving out that enhanced sticker to games that are not PS5 Pro enhanced. And I am arguing that you are setting yourself up for some serious serious disappointment if you just trust Sony. When I do that, I would say, I get how important it is for you to feed that algorithm, but you better not give anybody that label unless they have a performance mode. You better say that. That's just my suggestion to you guys. All right, we're out of here. I will talk to you guys next time. But until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace.